Hey guys and gals, and my fellow VEDS-ies, welcome back to another day of VEDS. Today's video is going to be talking about pretty much a VEDS staple, and that is challenges. Challenges are really great during VEDS because inevitably at some point during this month, you are going to run out of ideas or things to do or talk about, etc. And challenges are great because it's basically VEDS-ies helping other VEDS-ies. And as always, these are completely optional, don't feel obligated to complete any of them, but let's get into the challenges, shall we? Alicia, you are really damn good at photographing life, using specific camera angles to almost show your life, your world, as both still, but also full of motion at the same time, and I really admire you for that, and how you use that to help tell the story that you're trying to tell. But I want to see how far we can stretch that. So my challenge to you, should you accept it, is to take us through a full day, sunrise to sunset, of your life. However, only relying on sounds. No voiceover, just relying on the camera angles, the shots that you choose, and the sounds of the world around you. Caleb, here's my challenge to you. This week, I talked a lot about Nora Clavicle and the Ladies Crime Club, an episode of Batman 66. So I want to pass it over to you, and I want to hear you talk about Superman. So my challenge is to pitch all of the VEDS-ies in a video either your ideal Superman reboot, or what your hopes or fears are for the upcoming James Gunn version of the character. Graham, last year on one of my final videos during VEDS, it was I think one of the two VEDS wrap-ups, you mentioned how you went yes when I used School of Rock as the little intro before talking about you. Well, I want to hear more about that, because I also love School of Rock. So I want you to make a video where you talk about your history, what you like, what you dislike about School of Rock, and how maybe, if at all, the movie inspired you to be where you are today. Jeffrey, I really like when you talk about the Star Kid musicals, because I've only recently started discovering those. My first Star Kid musical was Twisted, The Untold Story of a Royal Vizier. So, I want to see you, my challenge to you, is to pitch us a brand new Star Kid musical. Now, this can either be a full-on parody, like, say, Holy Musical Batman. It could be a parody, but told from a specific character's point of view, like Twisted. Or it can be somewhat completely original, like Black Friday or The Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals. I want to know, what's the story? What is the tone of the parody? Who maybe are some of the characters? What style of music does the musical have? All of that is entirely up to you. Now, Pip, I loved a couple of VEDS ago when you and Jeffrey played the Muppet Game, which for those of you who may not have seen the video or maybe don't remember, the Muppet Game is essentially where you take a movie, a TV show, any IP really, and replace all of the main cast and supporting characters, minus a human, like the Muppet Show, with Muppets. And seeing as I am a bit of a Muppet fan myself, if you couldn't already tell, I would like you, Pip, to play the Muppet Game again, and if Jeffrey wants to contribute as well, he is more than welcome to. So my challenge to you is to make a video where you take one of the 3 following prompts that are Muppet projects, let's just say that are based on pre-existing movies, because again, I want to see what you can make of it, and what choices you would make, again, given 1, 2, or 3 of these possible options. 1. The Muppets Shawshank Redemption, keeping Bob Gunton as Warden Norton. 2. The Muppets and Monty Python and the Holy Grail, this time keeping Eric Idle in his various roles from that film. Or 3. The Muppets Hairspray, keeping Queen Latifah as Motormouth Mabel. And finally, Tessa, let's talk Disney. Now, you may or may not have given me this challenge a couple of VEDS ago, and if you did, I apologize, but I like it, so I'm going to bring it back. What I am challenging you to do is to pitch us a Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Pandora the World of Avatar, Toy Story Land-esque land, based around a singular IP. However, I am going to be adding the caveat that it is a IP that you personally feel is currently underrepresented in the parks overall. I want to know, what rides are there and how do those rides function? Like, what's the story of them? What food can you eat? And, as I'm sure people can probably tell, what merch can you buy? And if you want to throw in the characters that you'd be able to meet, that also works too. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are all of the challenges that I have for my fellow VEDS-ies. I'm aiming to get this video done within the first week of VEDS because I feel like that gives everyone enough time to sort of figure out if they want to do it or not, and gives them enough time to do it ahead of time. But yeah, so that's all I've got for today. So until tomorrow, guys, gals, and my fellow VEDS-ies, I will see you tomorrow.